How's everybody doing? This is pretty exciting. I'm just so excited to see everyone again, and how powerful and how important it is to come together. And I know I sent out the title about the topic being about the immune system and the colon, and I will tap into that and talk about that. But I had to be led by the Spirit. There was another topic that came up that will kind of weave into this with everyone. And it's something I've never really talked about. It's something I never really studied in too much depth. And I don't know, Linda, do you remember Catherine Ponder? Any of her books?
Yes.
You know, some of those oldies but goodies, oh my goodness. And so in talking about the immune system, talking about elimination, I am going to come at this at a whole other angle. Okay. And you know how at least I do, the things that I'm learning and studying, it's what I need. It's what I need to keep growing and want to keep sharing with everyone. And I was, just writing down just reflecting the last little while. I know we talk about we're living during uncertain times, and there's so many things that are changing in this world. And I want to go back to, there have always been things changing in this world at such a clip forever, okay? And we get to change with it, from way back where maybe there wasn't phones and TV, maybe, now who knows where this is going to go as far as technology and healing and everything. But I'm going to share with you an idea of what we can talk about, of connecting the head to the heart and where that is done in the body. Okay. So I'm not going to go through, I've done other videos where we're talking about how I'll never under talk the importance of detoxifying, colon cleansing, the body to continue to rejuvenate, earthing. And we're going to touch on a little bit of this stuff, but I would really, really like to have all of you as involved as much as possible on what I'm going to talk about. We will do won't take long, but there's going to be exercise in this to open this up more, the head and the heart. Now, at the base of the neck, it's at the base of the neck that connects the head and the heart. Okay, that's Kimberly, I'd like to show that slide. All right. If you look at this slide, these are different points on the body that affects the rest of the body. And you can see from the neck up, we have the conscious mind. From the neck down, the subconscious mind. This is really, really interesting. So what goes on up in the head, it has a direct effect on the rest of the body, but how to get that flow opened up. Now, the area that I'd like you to look at closely is at the base of the neck, the atlas. It's called zeal. Zeal. Zest of life. That is hugely being compromised right now in a lot of people. They honestly don't know how that feels anymore. So I really want to have some feedback on this. I want to have some discussion on this. And I'm going to go through, if it's okay, I wrote down some quotes from her, Catherine Ponder. Okay, and the book is The Healing Secrets of the Ages. She has written a number of books. Years ago, I just couldn't study her enough. And the stuff that's circling back around today with this is amazing. Here are two short little paragraphs I want to share with you. People who become hard. So I'm going to be talking about how the zest of life affects different parts of the body, but especially let's talk about the neck up a little bit, what this is doing. People who become hard of hearing are sometimes people who have gotten so zealous in trying to make someone else hear their ideas that they become totally incapable of hearing another's idea. They also become hard of hearing. The whisper, and they have a hard time hearing the whispers of the intuitive divine and the understanding, and that can be within themselves. Such people need to redirect their zeal within toward themselves. They need to develop their own mind powers more and release other people to find their own. People who have sinus trouble and other types of nose trouble are sometimes people who are zealously sticking their nose in someone else's business as they work hard to make other people conform to their ideas. I just think this is perfect for these days because, oh my goodness, there's just so many opinions of this is going on, that's going on. Hey, believe me, I could get caught up into it faster than anything. Actually, I did 2 days ago. And I had a great lesson on don't believe everything that you're hearing and seeing. So these two reliable sources sent out a YouTube, but their research on these particular areas were out of their area. It wasn't really quite it. So maybe some of you heard this. Thank goodness I only sent 2 people this YouTube because, oh goodness, I guess I had to go down this journey myself. So it was saying within 48 hours in San Francisco, there's going to be a 7-point earthquake, okay, which would have been by today. And it goes all the way down into LA. They supposedly had evidence on this. And I mean, there were a variety of people talking the same thing, the same story. And I don't know, Oren and I was sharing it with Oren, and I could tell he was scratching his head like, I don't know. You know, and I was feeling the same way. And sure enough, after early that morning doing research, oh my goodness, it was not accurate at all. Okay, so this was such a good reminder for me because okay, I got so zealous. Oh my goodness, this is going to happen. This is going to go on. Oh no, I could send it to 3 people. I forgot. Sent it to Matt too. And it was, just went nuts. Yeah. What can we do? Okay, we're ready. Yeah. Now that's a perfect example of a way I don't want to be. Okay. I really don't want to be that way at all. And then when I made the shift, every time I make the shift, I'm back into being creative again, back into manifesting what I really want because of everything going on in the external. And this is so fascinating with the neck and the vibration of zeal, the vibration of a higher level of zeal is enthusiasm. Okay. And that's when we're to be inspired. Okay. And to go back into activating this, to be inspired is from within. And when this zeal is, so we could be overzealous or we could be lifeless or just continue to exist. A person who I was working with 2 weeks ago, in her mid-70s, and play solitary a lot on her computer every day, and like I wanted to take an extension cord that might come from her body and plug it into the wall and turn on the electricity, you know. But she said, I have no purpose. I don't even know what to do with my life. She's retired, and she said, I rely on my husband for everything. And I don't know. I don't know how to activate that in someone else. I know to activate this in myself. And hopefully this could be shared with other people. When that electricity is shut off in the neck, do you know what that does to your ears, to your eyes, to your mouth, to your brain, to your senses? It blocks the blood flow, but it blocks the energy flow. And it blocks the flow to the heart. And I don't know if any of you have really given this much thought of your zest in life, or how do you feel about the feeling of, and I'm not talking about the soap zest, you know, that every time I'm doing this today, I'm like, I think of that Zest soap. I don't know what it is about Zest soap. I love the smell of it. Okay. But I don't like the chemicals in it and the whole thing. But growing up, I had family members use Zest soap. So I guess it sticks to you like that old spice stuff my dad used to wear. You know, you have certain aromas that just kind of stick with you and could give you a good feeling. But without zest, it's like an engine without power. Okay, I don't care, honestly, what all is going on in the world right now. If I have my zest and my engine shut down inside and I'm just parked, just existing, you know, I am the only one responsible for that. I am responsible for that for myself. I am responsible, which if you look at this chart, it makes a difference how my body eliminates. But I want to talk about the wisdom part of zest, how we could become overzealous. I'll use another example with myself years ago. When I first started learning about herbs, and I went through detoxification, and oh my goodness, it was like the bells and the whistles going off. I was feeling alive. I was feeling feelings I haven't felt before. Like, oh my gosh, what do you do with joy? What do you do with feeling fulfilled? What do you do with, you know, it was so wonderful. I didn't control myself in sharing the power of herbs with anybody and everybody I could, whether they wanted to hear it or not. And that was quite a shocking experience, that what you don't want to understand how your bowels could move on a regular basis every day. Are you kidding me? It is freedom to your brain. Okay, it just opens up so much in my whole system, in my life, in my chakras, I would take these herbs and I'd have these get-togethers with relatives. Wow, that was a good one. Okay. And they would just look at me like, will you not just give me my beer? Okay, I'll be fine with that, and I'm like, oh, taste this, and experience this. And wait till you have that first great bowel movement. It is just gonna feel so good. And wait till those 10 pounds come off, because my first 6 months of going on this path, I lost 60 pounds. I lost a lot of weight, but it was toxins. It was toxic. I didn't even know how much I was holding on to. But I mean, I just love how we are created. Okay. And that when we open up this zest of life, that is to embrace the wisdom that goes with it. Okay. And that means from the brain, from the intelligence to the heart. There is a reason we can have this flow. Now, what does that do to the neck? There's more flexibility. Okay. And why I was so drawn to this too, the more of studying about elimination and, what can I share that would be a little more unique? What would be different? And yet I knew the last few months, I could feel my jaws getting a little tighter. I could feel us clenching my teeth more. Going to the chiropractor, he would take his fingers and hold at the base of the atlas and pull. And it's like, wow, Judy, it's a little tight in there. And I can do something about that. Okay. There's so much in our life internally, within our thoughts, within our habits, with whatever it is, we can change. Okay. My happiness, our happiness our well-being does not have to be based upon if there's going to be an earthquake in San Francisco by midnight. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is no matter what, no matter what will happen in the world, it is this inner engineering, this inner divine essence within ourself to take full responsibility for. And if that is changing more of our habits, if that is getting out of our way more, if that is amping up whatever it takes with self-care, I don't know, there's no time. There is no time and room to be a lazy soul right now. Some of you know, I listen to, maybe some of you listen to Sadhguru. Okay, he did a fabulous show for New Year's. But recently he did, and he was talking then, don't waste your time. What are you spending your time on? You think this doesn't affect your immune system. Yes, it does. It affects your bowels. It affects toxins being released out of the body. I think I saw Oren on here too. An example that was being used also was like a carburetor, Zeal and a carburetor. He knows stuff about cars like inside and out. So the way we have this set up, I'm not sure where he is, but a carburetor is really important. It helps get gas to the engine, but it also releases in the neck like these gentle fumes that will mystify the nervous system through to our ears, to our eyes, to our nose, to our brain, to our mouth, to our vocal cords. Okay, think about that, even with our vocal cords, you know, how we are communicating vibrationally. I just, this topic, I hope you are loving it as much as I am loving it. Zeal is the electricity to our whole nervous system. If there isn't that zest, enthusiasm, that passion, then what would happen is we're robotic. We're very robotic. I want to be fully engaged in the manifestation of my life and not waste gifts, talent, and time. We have a choice to go on the back burner or not right now, or become a little more numb or numb out or become a little more immobilized. Please don't do that right now. I'm encouraging all of you, take steps into the gulf of your life, into the zest of your life. If you're not sure what that is, it could be on a very simple level. It could be as simple as, I had an experience the other day, and I didn't get to explain it totally to Diane, but I text her back. I was so into this thing with snow. Like, what the heck? I have never, ever liked snow. I have never liked the cold. But you know what? I changed my mind. Why do I want to do that to myself? Why I chose to live here in Colorado. Yeah, it snows. Yes, it gets cold. We have heavy coats, we have boots. Wait, I can enjoy this? I can make a shift in my perception, make a shift in my attitude. How do I bring a new feeling of zest into this experience? Okay, whatever that's going to be. We will always be able to judge the tar out of everything, everybody, everything in life. I mean, on and on and on. Do you know what? That leaves the body totally exhausted, totally drained. And the more I pick up the baton of my life, or it's more like abracadabra, the magic stick, you know, of the alchemist of what more can we create and put our heart into it. But we have to look back at the base of the atlas, the neck. Where are we stiffening up in our life? You know, where are we not being flexible? Now, especially working with this one chiropractor, it's, I'm doing these stretches, like crunch, 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 right? Okay, and then it's getting better, you know, but it's symbolic. How to be open and how to be flexible. Okay, and granted, it means making changes, but put the zest into the change. Put the zest into what it is you want to change. Oh wow, Kimberly made up these signs. I'm just gonna move from my desk a minute. Hey, I'm watching all kinds of people on YouTube, and they do some pretty quirky things. So I'm not gonna go cook my dinner though while I'm talking, but I'm gonna just go get this thing real quick. And she laminated them, and we have them around. Be the energy you want to attract. Can you see this? So pretty. Be the energy you want to attract. Okay, what does that do to your zest point? It starts shifting it. Okay, it starts opening up the flow more. What will that do to your elimination? Oh yeah, it relaxes the body all the way down. I would love to hear your feedback on this, but love to hear like, oh my, how are you adding zest into your life right now? The other 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago or yesterday? Maybe 2 days ago. Margaret, who works in accounting here at Miracles of Health, maybe you want to share, brought in an amazing vegetable soup. Okay, that, see, that
Gemüse ist
again,
eklig.
that is a really good experience, you know, a good example, excuse me, of sharing a zesty experience, you know, that, and how can we do this even more? I was listening to somebody the other day who people were really challenged with their immune system and their mental health and their emotional health. And I loved what he said. He said 51% should be put into service to others. You want to strengthen your well-being? You want to strengthen, you know, your cells, your body, attract magnetically more of what you want in your life? How are you serving others? What are you doing to contribute to others' well-being in life? Do you bring out more the best in them? Are you helping to vibe it up? Or are you downer? Are you bringing it down? And I'm sharing, believe me, because I got to mirror myself here and look at, you know, paying attention to what I'm doing every day. Does this affect our immune system? Absolutely. You know, does this affect, are we getting constricted in the bowels? Another thing that really constricts the bowels is possessiveness. I didn't even go there much on this class because, oh, there's so much about the colon in restricting the body's organs and circulation and nerves when there's possessiveness, where we can't let go. We won't let go. And when we do let go, wow, there's what a shift. So and raise your hand. I don't know why I just can see a few of you, but raise your hand or maybe mention in the chat if you want to make a comment. I'm going to go ahead on to the next slide. Calm your mind, strengthen your immunity. Okay, and here again, it's all interconnected. We've talked about these things before many times, but the one I'm going to so emphasize right now is because the one I need the most as well is exercise. Exercise, movement. There has to be the toning, the stretching. There just has to be, for us to continue to soar through what is coming our way. There needs to be fitness. We need to be fit in the mind, fit in the body, fit in the emotions, fit in the spirit. And I'm sharing this with such zest, okay, that to want to make a change and want to make a difference. And that's why I don't want to go into this a little bit too much, but let's go to the next slide. How various systems can display toxicity. Toxins are everywhere, everywhere in the body. But the beauty is we have ways to clean them out. In the body, we're designed that we can eliminate toxins out of all the organs. And this won't be the class on the colon tonight, but it's when we eat good vegetables, fruit, we have our supplements, we have our herbs, so it turns into chemistry. And what happens though if our life force is so low? What happens if we don't have this feeling of, wow, I love being here. I love doing what I'm doing. What happens if we have thoughts, the world is coming to an end and I'm going to be eaten up in a nuclear war, or I'm going to, we have all these thoughts, really lower vibrational thoughts, versus the opposite, the most opposite. This is such a powerful time of transformation and coming together and creating. Difficult times in the world have been the best to create if you will rise above that wave. If we do not personally rise above the wave, count on just being towed in under the wave. Okay, that's what will happen, is rise the wave of your life, in meaning take full charge of creating the zest. And it's in the small things. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the big things. It could be finding that enjoyment, that fulfillment, and then that is so contagious. And what does that do? Do you notice people like that? They glow. They're focused. They don't waste the time. They manage what they have in such a productive, very productive way. I know for myself, oh my gosh, it's been so long. I don't even know how many years ago, where I would watch episodes of Monk. Do you remember that show? He's so unique. I was just fascinated by some of that. And I would watch and watch and watch. But after I was done, I'd be wiped out. Okay. I just don't even do that stuff anymore. It's rare. I watch TV, but it's very selective. If there's a movie, we don't even have the cable to watch TV, but it's how do I want to use my time? I want to learn. I want to keep learning. I want to keep growing. I want to really inspire others and bring out the best in other people. Sometimes, do you ever get tired of hearing your own story, or your own whatever? I do. Sometimes if I've said it too many times, I'm like, that is enough, because that just squishes the zest. Versus, let's do something about this, or move on, be done, whatever that is. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Health challenges commonly related to toxicity. These are just real common. People want to think it's because of, maybe I ate the bag of candy. Okay, that's become symptomatic of what can happen with the blood sugar. Yes, that's a poor influence on your insulin, levels. And you do this over and over, but at a time. But let's look down at the core of this. This is not complicating. If a person, depending on what they are overindulging in, what they're doing on a regular basis, if the body can't eliminate it, it has to build up the toxins. It just does. Energy has to go somewhere. Versus if a person wants to get healthier naturally, you have to go through releasing toxins, and the bowels have to move every day. They just do. And the other thing on the next slide is I really like this one because it's pretty descriptive in the where the water's at in your body. It's in the bones, it's in the kidneys, it's in the muscles, it's in the heart, it's in the brain, it's in the blood. And I'm talking about purified water. Okay, that doesn't have the chlorine in it, it doesn't have all the chemicals in it. Purified water. And you'll think everybody's talking about these are the things you do to get well. Oh, how boring. Okay, we've heard about this so many times, on and on. Well, I'm sorry. We have got to keep certain tools in front of us to exercise every day right now. Because if you go very long without water, okay, you have the neck pain, you might have the headaches, you might, you know, it really, really ages the body very quickly if you don't hydrate well, let alone absorb the water well that way. And one of the last slides that I want to share, I've shared this with you before, but I want you to look at this. I want you to just look at this. This is amazing. This is crystals in water. The crystals that are in the water, these are actual photographs when a person focuses on thank you, when they focus on wisdom, when they focus on truth, eternal, peace, I love you, angel. But look what happens when they say the negative. You know, it's, oh my goodness, what do we want to keep doing, you know, to the water we hold every day and we drink? What do we do to hold on to anything, in whether it might not even, you know, it might be your tea, it might be something else. And you want to put praise and gratitude. You want to open up the zeal, you go to praise, meaning thank somebody, be grateful. Praise isn't to, oh, just so, you know, I get in your good favor. No, no, no. It's authentic, it's genuine. So staying mindful of all of this, I think is just so beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to have Kimberly put on a little soft music. If people want to take their cameras off, they can. If they don't, and I am going to walk you through. It's going to be not long, but we're going to open up the zest flow in your neck, connecting the heart, connecting the brain. I want to first start out by saying, when your zeal center becomes drained of its own energy and power, it has to take energy from your eyes, your ears, your nose, your throat, and your mouth again,
aber nicht gut.
dropping them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open the flow to the other parts of your face, your body, and your heart. Is there a remedy for this? And yes, there is. And that's what we're going to do right now. When you have trouble in the areas that affect your zeal, you will be able to remember this and come to a place and be quiet. So center your attention for a moment at the base of the brain and quietly decree that infinite energy, intelligence are pouring forth as zeal into the 5 senses. I want you to take time and just be open to the base of the atlas, that energy pouring into your 5 senses. into your eyes, into your throat, into your nose, into your mouth, all through your brain. Just open that flow up. Feel your shoulders relaxing, the tension coming out of your jaws, and then following a set of nerves that lead out from the base of the brain to the eyes, to the ears, to the nose, to your tongue, to your throat, all around your eyes. And as you mentally carry the zeal current from its center at the base of your brain, it mentally will connect with all of your 5 senses, especially connecting it with the throat by speaking forth the word zeal. Now I want you to say that to yourself. You could say it out loud if you're, by yourself. You could think it, but just even start to say the word zeal. A mighty vibration is set up in the effects of the whole central nervous system. The more you can say that zeal, just zeal. I mean, this is beautiful. Just to feel the flow coming up all the way through to all the nerves and fibers in your face, your ears, your nose, and then now the energy starts flowing all the way down to the heart. It just starts opening up all through the heart. And repeat that word over and over. Just feel it opening up. And you'll develop a whole variety of mind powers. The zeal center, it comes alive more and more that you focus your awareness on this. You can actually feel the power and the current of zeal as it works through the back of the neck, down to the heart, to start circulating and flowing all through your body. You will have so much more energy. You will have so much more life force. And inner zeal is the power that transforms one. Zeal gives luster and color and radiance to your skin, to your personality. It sparkles like a diamond. I want you to just breathe this in and out and feel this. And you can slowly just come back to the room. You could do this exercise anytime you want. And granted, I have never done a class on zeal or made this connection, but I want you to all feel the powerful inspiration of life that you can keep creating for yourself on the smallest simple level, whatever that is. Whatever is going on outside of you is not as important ever as to what is going on and being created inside of you. Your health will restore so rapidly the more you tap into this. It doesn't have to take you months and years to recover from anything. No way. It can happen so fast. But we've got to get the electricity going. We've got to get the magnetism going. I'm not sure, Kimberly, if you could take that off. or mute. There you go. Not sure what that is here. But see if we could get rid of this here. I'm so sorry, you people. I'm not sure who that is. But we'll definitely edit this out. Okay, so anyways, is there anyone else that would like to share anything or have anything to say before we, you know, kind of tie things up? We want to shift the heavy energy that is around, and we can do that from within and tapping into that part of our neck that is the opening of the seal, connecting the head and the heart. Linda, do you have anything you want to share?
Well, you know, we have all been suppressed for many, many years, and we forget that we don't have to live like that. Things are happening so rapidly, and we have to honor our bodies because our emotions are held. We're not our bodies, but our emotions are held in our bodies. And there's something else that is held in the colon is anger. So we have to eliminate, and which means we have to be willing to release a lot of things that we have no control over. And we have to realize that we can have the opposite of that suppression, which is the zeal and the zest of life. We all have that opportunity and that choice. We have free will. And if we decide that that's what we want, then we just have to get out of the way, because synchronicities will start happening, and opportunities and people and circumstances. The universe will bring it to us quicker than it used to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about being open and recognizing the signs.
I like that. Thank you.
This was great, Judy. This was wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we inspire each other. We bring each other together and we support each other. And I'm so thankful to have the opportunity to all of you be on with me and to share this information. And it gives me also more hope to that there are people who are hungry. They're so hungry for this, you know. And this is food. This is the food you can't buy in the store, you know.
Right.
But this is the food that will be more sustaining forever.
Exactly.
Thank you.